Yeah, yeah, yeah. Good morning and welcome to the 704 Charlotte Bound Show. Yeah, yeah. Look, man, this is TuanDon's Film School, man, and courtesy of the 704 Charlotte Bound Show here. Back with you, man, with another player breakdown. 1 week away from a week and a couple days away from the draft. Things are really heating up here. You know what I'm saying? We would like for you to come over here and join us, on draft night, as we will be giving out prizes and gifts, announcing our fan of the year, as well as following on to see who we pick in this draft, on all 3 nights, well, all 3 days, and should be a very, very fun time. First time we ever did all 3 days, But things are heating up and pieces are starting to move around. You're seeing a lot of guys moving up into the top 10, and a lot of guys are dropping out of the top 10. Things are moving around as expected. As expected, A lot of people, that go by the PFFs and the Bleacher Reports and ESPNs and CBS and Sports Illustrated. There's a lot of things out there for you to look at. And for the most part, all of them giving you different answers. The only one answer could be correct. So, man, action-packed news we're going to share with you guys today. The player profile today is Nick Emmanwori, bro. This guy can be a generational safety for the Carolina Panthers. This is a guy, if you did not know, man, actually said out of his own mouth that he would love to play for the Carolina Panthers. Incongruent with the fact that we got J.C. Horn that's been working out with him, and they both went to the same college at University of South Carolina, but they did not play with each other. So we got a little Gamecock thing going over here with Carolina, man, and getting some of their recruits. But look, Nick Emmanwori is real. He's real. Let me go ahead and turn this down a little bit. This man is absolutely real. His profile is it's immaculate, bro. And we're going to go over everything with him, go over the highlights. Everything about this kid, that I can share with you, And I'm just telling you, when I say the real deal, I'm talking about the real deal. Look, we even gonna discuss his 40 times, man, and take a look at his 40 so you guys can see really how fast this guy is. Also gonna show you his 40 times matched up with other players that ran the 40 at his position, and you're going to be very shocked to see some of the people that he's way faster than at that same position, bro. And just got those legs, man. Nick Gaskins and myself, and then I think Claire came on a little later with the situation. It was just like, man, we've been really, really taking a deep dive and look at this guy, and I'm trying to tell you, it's different. It's going to be very different. So listen, right away, Nick Emmanwori is starting to move up into that top 10 now, man. I know y'all don't like that, but he's starting to move up in that top 10. And that's probably where he's going to stay, man. So we could be in a situation where we may have to actually take this guy at 8, or we could get a trade partner and trade back some rounds, for teams that don't need a safety. Then, we could go that route. But I really don't. I'm telling you, man, like, it's these hiccups that they do, and this is how they run that situation. So listen, Without further ado, let's go ahead and get into my man Nick Emmanwori. Not to be confused with the kid over in Boston College. People can't get those last names correct, but let's start off with Nick, man. Let's check this out. Nick Emmanwori, he's 6'3" at safety. That's not something you see every day. 220, nice size. Pause. You know what I'm saying? University of South Carolina, everybody, we know he went there. Safety, he was a junior. You know, these type of guys come out early out of college, man. It's because they're special. It's because they're special. This man ran the 40 time 4.3. You know, that's wide receiver, like jet wide receivers and some cornerbacks, you know, type of speed, man. And you'll see why he got that type of speed coming in. Look, man, his little small breakdowns of his numbers is interceptions, he's at 4. But this is for last year. He took almost all of those back to the house, I think, except one. But you'll see it in the highlights. Interception yards, 107. Dude don't play. He's not the guy that's going to go down when he gets the interception or try to run out of bounds. And we hope that's not going to be to a fault, you know what I'm saying, if he does wind up playing with us. But he takes it to the house. He's determined to get into that end zone, man. Passes defended, says 2 for them on that. His tackles was 88 tackles, and out of those tackles, he had 57 of those were solo tackles, man. So I'm trying to tell you, man, we talking about the real deal when we talking about this guy. So let me get him over here with the color combo and the legends that we always do in these situations. His role is a man zone slot nickel safety. A lot of people have been saying that he can't play next to Warwick, or he's just this. Hey, look, man, some people you just can't take serious. Some people just talk out their ass. They don't know football, man, you know what I'm saying? And they just say what they hear other people say, and this is all wrong. You're crazy if you think he can't play next to Warwick, or you just ain't watching this film on him, or you're taking somebody else's opinion. Again, his height is 6'3". He's in the 91 percentile. His weight, 220. He's in the 83rd percentile. His hands at 9 inches in the 33rd percentile. He does have small hands, man, but it doesn't seem to interfere with him knocking balls down, getting interceptions, and taking them back to the house. But however, his arms, though, man, 32 and a half. That's in the 70th percentile. All great numbers on this guy. His span is at a 78 and 5, 87 percentile. 40, 4.3. In the 96th percentile with that, man. His 10-yard split is at a 1.49. You know, not something that we constantly, or a number that's grave watch for safeties, you know what I'm saying? But it could be because it's how quickly you're going to react to going to the correct man. You know what I'm saying? And it could hurt you, you know, getting speedy somewhere to a side where the ball is not going. But, you know, he does practice a lot of patience and let the game come to him. His vert was a 43, man. That's in the 99th percentile. He's 6'3" already. Can you see anybody throwing anything over him? What? You got to get past J.C. Horn first. You got to get past Michael Jackson, the other corners first. You got to deal with those linebackers first, and the ones that we may be going in here to get first. And if you was to get it past them, you got Morick and you got this man back at safety. Come on, y'all. If y'all ain't seeing that picture, I don't know what else to tell you on that, man. You know, bench press, you know, pretty strong, you know. 225, he did it 20 times, you know, 78 percentile for that position. You know what I'm saying? This is just going over the numbers again. Like, you know, his QB rating when targeted, man, he made QBs only a 51.3 when trying to target him. You know, it's just not a good thing to try to throw the ball in his direction, or it's just going to be problems for you, man. His tackling is at 100%. Run defense 85. Coverage is 96. His zone 93%. His man press is 90%. Y'all have heard me going on and on and on about going to go get Jalen Walker, and I've already announced on 2 shows, man. I love Jalen Walker. I love him, and if we get him, I'm not gonna be upset. But I had to ask myself 2 questions, man. I had to ask myself first: is Jalen Walker a better linebacker than Nick Emmanwori is a safety? And I just looked at it so many different ways, and my answer is no. So when you're looking at it that way, and Dan Morgan's looking at it that way, you have to go after generational players. You know, I'm not saying that Walker won't be, but Nick Emmanwori has the signs, the mantra, the belief that that's exactly who that man's going to be. You know what I'm saying? He will be in that top 10, and Carolina might have to be the one to stick their neck out. I don't know if y'all just heard that briefing with Dan Morgan, already out here giving up secrets, or it could be smooth screens, and I'm hoping it's the smooth screens. But, well, that's another talk for another day, man. ESPN gave him a grade of 78 out of 100, 247. Who's much more respected, gave him an 88 out of 100. And Rivals, gave him a 5.8, 95% out of 100. Who listens to what ESPN thinks, man? It's like a reading rainbow going on over there, man. Like, they just hire whoever. You know what I'm saying? His similarity comps, people have compared him to Lewis Seen from Georgia. That's a good one. Jaquan Brisker at Penn State. And if you're familiar with Kyle Hamilton from Notre Dame, at about 55%. But I mean, look, if you've seen Lewis Seen out of Georgia, absolutely. I think he's going to be way better than him, though, man. Close to the hometown hero, North Carolina, South Carolina, you know what I'm saying? The Carolina Panthers represent 2 states, So, that's a great thing, He turned defensive anchor. Jeremy, he's from Irmo, South Carolina, and went to Irmo High School to South Carolina stardom. Reads like he stripped straight out of the Hollywood, man. Like 6'4", 227 pounds, safety. Stepped on campus as a 3-star recruit. That's why sometimes it don't matter what star you come in at. I entered college as a 3-star. But it's about what you do when you get up in there, man, in the transition. I turned 4-star in my senior year, or whatever. But, them stars ain't what drive guys, man. It's just the skill. And some of them actually want you to post them lower so they can have more of a driving point to prove. He was born February 7, 2004. He's a young boy, man. Emmanwori's rapid ascension from local standout to All-American safety speaks volumes about his natural ability and fierce work ethic. The boy's a worker. Again, what's the word that we're constantly looking for when we on here, man? It's dogs. Roof. That's what Dan Morgan said he wants. Then we're going to see if Dan Morgan going to go into this draft and draft dogs. We don't want the little small Labrador retrievers or the Chihuahuas. It's not small about a Labrador retriever. But I'm saying, with their sensitive nature, we need mean dogs on the field, man. Pit bulls, Rottweilers. Come on, man. That's what we got to get. Look, Dan Morgan still got things to prove. He did a great job with the free agents. But after that draft in last year, at least a lot to be desired. We need to get that back, man. We need to get that back. Look, let's talk about his strengths. Says right away, his freaking size, speed, combo jumps off the film. He's a 4.38 speed and a linebacker size frame. Creates serious matchup problems for offensive coordinators. They don't know what to do with this man. They pray and hope when you throw in his direction. Like I said, you got to get it past Horn first. Nasty striker and run support who plays downhill with bad intentions, consistently punishing ball carriers who dare enter his territory. Elite tackle radius and closing burst makes him a heat-seeking missile against the run. A rare missed tackle speak to his exceptional form and finishing ability. He also shows natural route recognition skills in man coverage, particularly when matching up with tight ends, where his length becomes a serious weapon, bro. Like, tight ends will not overcome this guy, man. You know, he gonna put the dust to some of them, bro, as you're gonna see in these highlights. A quick mental processor who diagnoses his screenplays and misdirections with veteran savvy often blowing up plays before they can develop. It means you got to do a lot of watching film, man, and being a great processor. I know we're getting tired of that word, of knowing what teams are doing and what they want to do. You know what I'm saying? And not getting caught in that backfield. You know what I'm saying? Looking in just one spot. You know, just having the common sense to see how those plays open up and see how you can stop them. Exceptional ball skills for a big safety, displaying natural hands and ball control when attacking the catch point. Goes up there and gets it, man. When he jumps, he turns into a 7'8" guy. Special teams demon waiting to happen. A special teams demon waiting to happen. Size, speed, and tackling ability project him as an immediate four-phase contributor. I doubt if the Carolina Panthers put him on a special team because he'll be too valuable. There ain't too many guys who get picked first or second going on special teams. Man, look, these are the few weaknesses that they say about him, and you be the judge. They said he can get overly aggressive, attacking downhill, occasionally taking himself out of the plays by committing too early to his initial read. I mean, you know, that's something that can be fixed, you know what I'm saying? And sometimes, quite frankly, you're just going to get caught out there, man. You know, sometimes with some quarterbacks, and you got some great play callers out here that know how to get guys to do those type of things. So, you know, if that's what they're talking about, you know, that's just an adjustment. They told you earlier one of his strengths, his way of being able to see a play with his eyes and bust it up. So, you know, we'll take our chances with that. Another one that says the high cut frame leads to some transitional limitations when forced to flip hips and run with shifty receivers in man coverage. Man, y'all already know. That's what coaches are for. Coaches, coaches are supposed to correct those type of things. You know, get that young man right, show him how to use his hips at the NFL level. And, you know, he'll get that. He'll get that. He sometimes relies too heavily on physical gifts, trying to overwhelm receivers at the catch point rather than playing with proper technique. See, you know, and that's another thing. You know, when you got a real defensive coordinator, man, whoever it may be, they're going to be like, look, man, don't get out here getting cute, bro. We just need you to do your job. He'll probably do something like that. Get yelled at on the sidelines. They'll get him, coach him up in the film room and tell him the importance of not doing that. Because, you know, if he continues to do that, then there's some receivers out there that's going to get him. But, you know, he shows discipline for the most part. We're just going to go with the last one that says, despite impressive straight line change of direction, ability shows some stiffness that could be exposed by elite NFL route runners. Man, look, it said some. And like I said, you ain't going to get everybody, man. You're not. You know, some guys are just going to be better on you sometimes any given Sunday. Any given Sunday. I want to focus on the second paragraph of his scouting report. That's the one that gives me shivers, bro. It says any team running a heavy quarters coverage scheme should have Emmanwori circled in the red on their draft board. His ability to play in the box, handle man coverage responsibilities, and deliver bone-crushing hits makes him an ideal fit for the defenses that ask for their safeties to wear multiple hats. That's a dog. That's a dog. Well, he'll need some technical refinement, and we just said that. That's what you go to the NFL for, to get technical refinement, man. in zone coverages. His athletic traits and football intelligence suggests a high ceiling as he develops. He's gonna develop well, man. Listen, I gotta tell you, out of all, and this is what I said when I said, is Jalen Walker a better uh, linebacker than Emmanwori as a safety? No, Jalen Walker. I mean, when I did Jalen Royals, he's not a better receiver than Nick is a safety. When I did Ty Roberts, he's not a better defensive lineman than when I did uh, with Nick Emmanwori. When I did Higgins, he's not a better wide receiver than Emmanwori is at safety. Man, look, nobody's had a spider graph like this, man, where everything is almost out except his hands. The goal of a spider graph is that you're trying to cover that whole graph in the gray. Only issue they had was with his hands. Nothing's looked like this, man. He's almost covering the whole pie. His broad jump is at 100. He's at 100 percentile of that, man. Come on, man, it's crazy. Even this 10-yard died 93. So the dude get up and off that ball like this. Listen, one of the things we didn't discuss when it comes to him is the class that he's in. Let's get into that, man. Listen to this. At the number 10, the way that Jack Buzz has these safeties lined up, they said the 10 best safety is going to be Malachi Moore. I know a lot of y'all looking at him. A lot of people like Jonas Sank out of Virginia, right? Billy Bowman out of Oklahoma, nice kid. Lathan Ransom out of Ohio State, really, really good. Kevin Winston Jr. out of Penn State. I seen a lot of people got us picking him on our draft boards. Sebastian Castro is another guy that I really love out of Iowa, you know what I'm saying? In case we couldn't get him, you know what I'm saying? And you got to go check him out. Andrew McCuba out of Texas, the Longhorns over there at 84.7%. And then they got Xavier Watts out of Notre Dame. But what we'll be trying to be doing from round to round, he probably will be out of reach, and no one's going to take him in the first round, you know what I'm saying? And then you got Mr. Malachi Starks, who a lot of people were saying was the best safety in this draft. But oh, how times have changed. Because the number one safety now that's stacked up, and then you can go across all of them: ESPN, Sports Illustrated, CBS Sports, PFF. You can go with the Bleacher Report, any of the channels, man. They all got Nick Emmanwori at this point now, after all of it, as the number one guy at safety. And it's because of that height, man. The way he tracks the ball. The way he hits guys. He's not one of them safeties that's just going to tap you. He going to hurt you. That's Nick Emmanwori, bro. So, yeah, that's the spider graph, man. And that's like the last of the last that I wanted to go over in terms of his graphs and this man's stats, man. You know what I'm saying? As you can see, they're on beast mode. Them stats is on beast mode. So look, obviously up next, man, let's just go ahead and get into these highlights so you can see how this man jumps off the screen, man. I'm so happy and so excited to show you guys these highlights. What I want to do first, what I want to show y'all first. Okay, look, this is what we'll do first, man. We'll show you the 40 first. We'll throw this man's 40 up first so you guys can get to see that. So, look, we'll do this.
Run at this for the South Carolina safety.
Look at this.
That's a clean run.
That's moving.
4, 3, 8. Run at this for.
So, look, if you didn't watch the combine, look, the first time he ran a 4.4, right? And then he got faster. He ran that 4.3, That's why you hear the people in the background cheering. Let you get that one more time.
The South Carolina safety.
That's a clean run.
4, 3, 8. run at.
Man, look, I'm trying to tell y'all, that's incredible. That's absolutely incredible. Hey, look, when you can run that fast, you know what I'm saying? And I'm trying to see if I can pull up the one where it puts the guys next to each other so you can see how fast this man is, even compared to other people. You know, if I can't find it in a timely fashion, then we'll move on. But I think I had that. But look, check this out. All right, I do. Here we go. So I'm going to throw it up here right now. Get you guys a chance to check this out.
Clean.
That's moving. 4-4 flat for 4-0.
Goodness. And the forward lean all the way through. Oh, there's...
You have quite the comp for him as well, Daniel Jeremiah. You call his games on the radio, and it's Derwin James. What a comp. Let's try a second run at this.
This is the second run.
The South Carolina safety.
That's a clean run.
4, 3, 8.
That's crazy. That's crazy.
That is awesome.
He ran and then hopped and he skipped and he jumped. He's done it all. Derwin James against Emmanwori. Who's your comp?
All right, let's watch something more impressive. Let's look at the second cam real quick.
We had him clocked unofficially at 4.38. Derwin James ran what? What did he run?
This is now with Derwin James.
They're right together here.
Stride for stride. Let's see if Emmanwori breaks free. He does.
25-yard mark started to pull away a little bit.
That's what Derwin James.
4.47 was James back in 2018, and the simulcam bears that out. He even tweeted out, "Yes, sir," against Justin Jefferson.
Whoa.
This is against Justin Jefferson, the wide receiver.
Oh my goodness.
Can Emmanwori beat him out?
Justin Jefferson.
So far, so good. Woo! Oh my word!
That is
all of them.
Now all he's got to do is beat him out in some of the bank accounts.
Bruh.
And those three guys are saying, try doing it backwards, because that's what you're going to have to do against me.
Comping DK Metcalf with Emmanwori, right? And
yeah, man. So look, don't get me started, bro. You just saw legends, guys that are really at the top of their game, and in that simulcam. You know what I'm saying? So there's only one other thing left to show you guys, and that's just to get into these stats right here. I mean, to these highlights to show you about what this guy can do, man. And I'll narrate these, you know what I'm saying, as we get started. So they're playing against Old Dominion, so, you know, they clearly dominated. I don't take a whole lot from this game. But remember, they're playing the SEC. So you will see the other schools, man. There he is, very frustrated that he didn't get an interception, you know what I'm saying? But that's the kind of guys you want. Look at that energy when he gets up, though, man. You know, those the guys you want a team to holler, hop around, dapping each other up. You know what I'm saying? Just going crazy. Look at this, another vicious hit. You too little, man. Got him on the ground. Could have really crushed him, but he let him go. You know, so you see he's got restraint. He ain't even out here trying to kill people. Got those to the right side, picks wrong, and he's going to take it to the house. I told y'all. He never looks for anywhere to fall. This man is always trying to score. So his patience, step back, knew where the guy was going with it, got up, gone. I sure the safety might not have even made that catch. He had to go up there to get that. You know? That's what we love about the height with the guys that we have on our team, and Xavier Excel on the other side, and hoping he gets better this year. Here he is against LSU, man. Caught the ball in the back in the end zone, and he's going to take it to the house. Did you see how fast this brother was? Did you see how fast this brother was? He left everybody. He's a problem. He is against Ole Miss. Throws the ball back, breaks that play up. That's what you need, that energy. That just like, man, look, I got to get it when guys taking it personal when they don't get the interceptions. You know, he's not just a guy who stands back too. I mean, great, a great blitzer, you know what I'm saying, when put in that position. again, man, bro, you got to get that ball over his head, or it's just going to be a long day. His technique and the way that he studies plays is just too good. And Carolina just much like our offensive line, we've struggled at safety positions. You know what I'm saying, or whatever. And we've seen how we got beat over the top against a lot of teams. And it looks like we're putting things together to stop the run, but you still got to be able to stop the pass too. People were saying that we couldn't stop the run as if we were actually stopping the pass. Horn was stopping the pass a little bit, but it wasn't like the whole team was doing it. Another pick six, man. Against the Sooners. Quarterback drops back, reads it wrong. Nick, and he's taking it to the house. And they boo their team at that moment or whatever. Look, bro, this guy's different. Steps back, read the play. You ain't getting by me, man. You too little, man. Get down on the ground. Gets up, celebrates, attacks. Again, guy trying to get a first down. He got back there, not going nowhere, and talk shit to the team, man. You need those type of bullies on the team, bro. Here we are against Vanderbilt at Vanderbilt's at their school. Trying to do a little flea pass or whatever. Dude stepped up in the middle, came all the way from the safety position to get up in there, man. So look, he ain't gonna just let you get out here and get first downs on him either, man. You know what I'm saying? But look, check this out. That's Nick Emmanwori, man. I told y'all, my mind has totally changed. If there's some way we could trade back and get him first, that's the direction I really would like to go in because this draft is so loaded, man. But look, that's my thoughts. What about your thoughts, man? You guys get into those comments, leave a comment. Tell me where I got it wrong. Tell me where I got it right. You guys tell me and message me what do y'all feel about Nick Emmanwori, man. And I promise you I'll respond to it and where you think he should go, or do you think there's a better safety out there for us? But I think this guy right here, man, don't be shocked if we take him, with our first pick. You know what I'm saying? Look, bro, it's so many other guys I would love to have first. So if we weren't to get Nick Emmanwori, and it's about, 3 or 4 other guys, man, look, I'm going to be happy. If we get Jalen Walker, man, I'm still going to jump to the roof. I just don't want Dan Morgan to get up in here and fuck this draft up. Keep Evero far, far away from this draft. You draft because we don't know how much longer he's going to be around or if he'll even make it through the year next year. But I want to hear from you guys. You guys tell me what you feel about this, what you feel about Nick Emmanwori and how he places. This is the 704 Charlotte Bound Show, and this is Film School with TuanDon's. Hope to see you guys next time. Y'all have a great day, man.